The official Mafia Game account revealed Mafia The Old Country on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X will have both quality and performance modes at launch. The game will run at an average 60 frames per second in performance mode. Notice how they use the word average and not constant when describing it. So expect the game's FPS to dip in some areas due to the demanding Unreal Engine 5. Players who want to prioritize higher resolution and visual fidelity should select quality mode, while players who prefer to prioritize frame rate should select performance mode. Notice how they didn't give a number for how much FPS you'll get in quality mode. My guess is 30 frames per second like the majority of PlayStation 5 titles on resolution mode. Given how the majority of PlayStation 5 games have two game presets, performance and resolution, performance mode should push Mafia TOC to an average 60 frames per second via native 1080p resolution. And with upscaling in mind, you could theoretically push performance mode to 1440p resolution, but we'll have to wait and see as resolution support varies from developer to developer. Mafia The Old Country running 60 FPS at 1080p native resolution should be a guarantee for console users. As for quality mode, we can expect Mafia TOC to run at 30 frames per second at an upscaled 4K resolution. The funny thing about this whole ordeal is that console users have been asking for almost a year, for months and months, about the performance for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS. The game releases in a week, and the developers and publishers were silent the entire time on the game's performance for consoles. I had to force 2K Games to make this tweet. The president of Hank13 Games, who follows me on Twitter, even retweeted this announcement. He did so because so many people were canceling their pre-orders upon seeing my tweet. Let me give you some context. Yesterday, 2K Games revealed the epic preset requirements for PC gamers to play at quote-unquote 4K. In reality, this epic preset is not real 4K resolution. Instead, it's 3K, which is 2880 by 1620. I've never seen game publishers openly lie to the public like this. Last time I checked, 4K resolution was 3840 by 2160. To play Mafia TOC in 3K on PC, you need to have at least an i7 14700K, 13 gigs of RAM, an RTX 4070 Ti, 12 gigs of VRAM, and 55 gigs of storage on your SSD. And if you look at the minimum PC requirements, you need at least an RTX 2070. If you have no clue of what I just said and you're not familiar with PC components, let me explain it to you so you can easily understand. Basically, they're saying to play at a minimum of 1080p resolution, you need to buy a BMW M5. This was a top car in its day, powerful, reliable, and capable of handling almost anything you threw at it. Today, this car still performs exceptionally well on the road, but the newer models have a significant edge in speed, efficiency, and technology. And to play at 3K resolution, you need to buy a brand new high-end performance vehicle like a Porsche Taycan Turbo S. It's not the absolute fastest car on the market like the 4090, which is like a supercar, but it has explosive, modern power, cutting-edge technology. It represents the next generation of performance, leaving older models far behind. Upon seeing these updated PC specs, I went to Twitter and made this post, and it went viral with over 320,000 views. People accused me of making the post deliberately to bait people so I can make money off Twitter engagement, but that's not true. My Twitter account, or X account, is not monetized, and I'm not even eligible for the creator revenue sharing and subscriptions because I don't post that often. In hindsight, people are right. I should have worded this better, and I should have said something along the lines of Mafia The Old Country will not reach 60 FPS on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS at native 4K resolution. This is like saying water is wet. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that playing at native 4K 60 FPS on consoles without upscaling is out of the question, especially given these very demanding PC specs. Even though I could have worded this way better, it's not misinformation because it's literally true. Mafia The Old Country will be 30 FPS on quality mode. If you want an average of 60 FPS, you'll have to play in performance mode with a downgrade in graphics quality at 1080p. Instead of directing your anger towards me, you should be asking yourself the question, why did 2K Games wait a week before launch to announce console performance? And this announcement was forced due to lots of people canceling their pre-orders because of my poorly worded tweet. If the makers of Mafia TOC were confident in their game's performance, then they would have announced console performance months ago, and not at the last minute. This is a big red flag. Gamers are expecting stable performance. If the optimization for this game is as bad as people speculate, then it's over for Hangar 13 Games and the Mafia franchise. On a side note, it's been confirmed that cutscenes are capped to 30 FPS on PC, so expect the same for consoles. Mafia The Old Country takes up 55 gigs of storage space on PC via Steam's system requirements, and 41.34 gigs on Xbox Series XS via the Xbox Store. There is 13.66 gigs of size difference between the PC version and the Xbox version of Mafia TOC. It's a possibility the game textures for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X are smaller in size to help boost performance. Nonetheless, it's about time my console brothers and sisters finally get to experience a Mafia game in 60 FPS. The Mafia trilogy, as you know, is currently 30 FPS on PS4 and Xbox One, and there's no PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS versions of the games. Currently, the only way to play Mafia Definitive Edition, Mafia 2 Definitive Edition, and Mafia 3 Definitive Edition on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X is via backwards compatibility. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you disappointed at not being able to play Mafia TOC at a native 4K 60 FPS on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X? Or are you fine with sacrificing graphics to play at a higher frame rate? Let me know in the comments below. For the latest Mafia The Old Country news, updates, and content, subscribe to Mafia Game videos.